Welcome back to the Infamous Ghost Podcast.
I'm Josiah.
And I'm Celis.
And this is where we give you our weekly perspectives of pop culture, sports, and entertainment.
Josiah, man. We finally got a fucking horror movie to review.
This is our first one since Halloween ends.
Bro, since Halloween ends, and that shit, I wouldn't even call it a horror movie. That was a rom-com love story. Bro, that shit was not a horror movie. I was disappointed. Well, I ain't gonna say disappointment. It was just a bad close to a trilogy. And with this Scream 6, man, way better. I was shocked, bro. I was actually entertained watching this shit from start to finish.
I mean, see, I don't think that's a closer.
Go ahead, shit on it, man. No, it's not a closer. They said in the movie, this is the start of a franchise.
Yeah, I mean, the franchise been going on since like what?
No, Scream movies have always been sequels. You got to reach
sequels
a certain
after sequel.
You got to reach a certain amount of movies to become a franchise. After 6 movies, that's when you become a franchise.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But if you think about it, just look at all the Scream movies. They always bring old characters back. That's what makes it a franchise.
Not really. I mean, the way they had Scream spread out is the first movie came out in 1996, and then the sequel came out the year after that. But then they didn't make another one until a few years later. I think it was like I want to say that the third movie came out like around 2002, 2001, and then another one didn't come out for another 10 years. So they were always sequels. It like now it's the start of a franchise. And go ahead.
I would say, yeah, I agree with that. It's the start of a franchise, but it's about how all of them kind of connect to each other. I
think they connected everybody in the last movie. That was the start of everybody's connection, and I think in this movie, that's when the real story started to play into fold. Everybody's character arcs, their personal storylines.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start, man, because I got a lot to talk about for this movie. All right, in the beginning of the movie, we start off with a kill. Like, of course, you know a girl got to get killed in the beginning of every Scream movie. So a girl named Laura, she leaving the bar, she get killed by Ghostface, but this Ghostface turns out to be a friend of Richie from the previous movie. If you don't know who Richie is, Richie was a killer in the previous movie who was basically trying to make like a whole new stab series, but using real characters.
That was Sarah's boyfriend.
Yes, not Sarah, Sam.
Sam's boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah, so Laura gets killed at a bar, and Jason...
Meet her Tinder date, yeah.
Yeah, and then when Jason gets home, he gets a call from... He think it's his friend Greg, but it's actually the real killer. And he telling him, like, I'm here, and Greg is dead.
And then he got a surprise when he opened that refrigerator.
Yeah, like... I was going to get to that. Okay. And, so they on the phone walking through the whole house, and then... Fucking Jason opened the refrigerator, see his friend Greg dismembered. I'm telling you, chopped up into pieces. This was different from a Scream movie because it wasn't stabs. That nigga was chopped up.
Yeah, And then moments later, that's when Greg was killed.
Bro,
what did you think of that opening scene?
Bro, great opening scene. I think it was different from all the Scream movies. But it wasn't just that typical one kill to start the movie off. You didn't know what was going on, and bro, I don't think anybody was expecting to see dude in that refrigerator like that. That was a next level of violence for them.
Right. I ain't gonna say it was different. It was still like a traditional like Scream start movie. Well, listen. Let me finish. He got a call from Ghostface, say they having a little conversation, whatever. But this one, it was kind of up tempo. They set the bar really high with this one.
Yeah,
so it was a traditional way to start Scream, but more like
I think it went over a lot of people's heads because it could have easily been like, oh, I'm another imitator, I'm gonna be Ghostface this movie, but instead, the person that was playing Ghostface in that first kill scene, the real person wanted to do the killing. He was like, nah, fuck this, I'm gonna do this shit right.
Yeah, because they actually wanted Greg and his friend, I forgot his name. They wanted to be a part of the movie.
Yeah, they was Richie's friends. They was Richie's friends.
And they were trying to finish the movie.
Yeah, they was trying to finish the movie. That's exactly what he said. But yeah, man, once we get past that, we see everybody in New York. We start off with Sam. She's in therapy talking to her doctor about all the traumatic things that happened back in Woodsboro. and she trying to cope with the fact that she actually might like killing people.
Yeah, and you can tell like when she told that to her therapist, I ain't sit right with her therapist at all.
Man, he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm done with you. But you gotta go.
You gotta go."
That shit was hilarious when I see that. I'm like, I would have did the same thing. He was like, legally, I gotta report your ass to the police.
For real. But she ain't done that. She just that's what therapy for. So
Yeah,
like
but
talk
like,
about what you feel.
but still, she said, she was like, "Is it bad that it felt right? You shot you." She said she stabbed her boyfriend 22 times.
Yeah,
and she said that felt right.
What? Think about it. All right, in her defense, she was about to get murdered. In her defense,
bro, but she stabbed him 22 times and then slit his throat after she stabbed him 22 times. Like, come on now, that's a lot, bro. They don't get crazier than that, man. But when we reintroduced the rest of the, well, we'll get to that name later. But Mindy, Chad, and Tara. They all in college now in New York, and Tara, she dealing with everything different than Sam. Tara's like what Sam was in Scream 5 when she found out who her real dad was. Like, she just started doing all drugs, getting drunk and stuff, basically not being herself.
Yeah, and I already noticed that. So because when Sam, she was in therapy, and then you see Tara in parties about to hook up with random dudes that treat her like shit,
man.
Like, two different coping mechanisms.
And like you see, like when the dude tried to take her upstairs, Chad wasn't going for none of that shit. I knew it right there. I'm like, oh yeah, Chad and Tara, they gonna make that a thing for this movie.
No, like, they kind of had something in Scream 5. Like,
yeah, but Chad had a girlfriend in Scream 5 until she got killed.
Yeah, so like I kind of already saw it coming.
But if you think about it, they didn't have any scenes together in Scream 5.
They didn't?
No.
Really?
Think about it.
Yeah.
They didn't have one
they was in the
together.
hospital. They was in the hospital together.
No, her friend Amber was, Wes was, what the fuck? Her sister boyfriend. No, the twins wasn't there.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's my boy.
Right. I just thought about that today. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Now I think about it, they didn't have any scenes together in the previous movie.
Facts.
Man, but like it's crazy though because Sam is being scrutinized because everybody think that she the one that actually killed those people in Woodsboro and not Richie, and that she framed him for it. The same thing he was trying to do to her.
Mm-hmm. And then you can say, and then after they left the party, you can saw somebody walked past her and threw like some pop on her, and then took a video, and then that video is posted online out of context, making her look like a crazy person. So
man, I'm telling you, she just couldn't escape. I think this whole movie was like for Sam, it's about her like learning to cope with her past instead of trying to escape it.
Yeah, I mean, you can saw she was trying to with therapy, but it's like when she was trying to move past, it's like she couldn't get past it because it kept getting thrown in her face all online. Everybody, like the public, looking at her like, oh, her dad is Billy Loomis.
She a killer, and they know she stabbed dude 22 times.
So,
bro, like that's a lot. That's still a lot of stabs to me, man. But like, then shit get interesting real fast because Sam's ID is found at the murder scene where Jason and Greg was killed.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, what's his? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and a ghost face mask from a previous killer.
And they really never clarified like how the ID got there. Well, I don't remember her saying how she lost her ID or nothing. Like,
I know when. Well, we can get to that, but yeah, I know when a cop talked to her. Yeah, because she. Well, all right, let's start from here. So when the ID is found, Detective Bailey, that's
Quinn's dad.
Yeah, Quinn's dad. Quinn is Tara's roommate. That she goes to school with. Yeah, he told her that he called her in for questioning, and as they were leaving, Tara and Sam get a call from Ghostface.
But here's the thing: it's from Richie's phone, though.
Yeah, Richie's phone number, and I think that was a big clue. This whole thing that all this was tied to Richie.
Like, and it just went over my head. Like, I ain't gonna say too much. That
it was in our face the whole time, and
the whole fucking time.
It was in our face the whole time, we'll get to that, man. But yeah, it was in our face the whole time. But like when they attack, they get chased into this bodega. And I think that was one of the best scenes. So much fucking suspense in that scene.
Bro. And honestly, like you can tell they really stepped it up with Ghostface because I feel like this is the strongest and fastest he ever been. Like
what? Well, it made sense at the end when we found out.
Yeah. But like the way he was handling that shotgun,
brutal.
The way he was moving,
Bro,
his moves and stuff.
Walked up into a public place and stabbed a dude in the face and the neck.
And like people don't realize it's hard as hell shooting a shotgun with one arm like that. Like you got to be strong as hell with a lot of training.
A lot of training, and that's some food for thought for later.
You're right. But this is when they was on their way to the police station to get questions about the ID. So,
but before we go further, like I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that new Ghostface? Well, it's not new, but to us, it was new when we first watched it. That old grunged up, destroyed Ghostface. I like it.
I think that was like one of my favorite ones by him because it makes him look more tougher, makes
dangerous.
Him look like like
I'm really coming
like
to
one of my favorite. Yeah,
and man, the whole leaving the mask behind thing, I wasn't like catching on to that at first because when he got away, well, we didn't talk about that, but like he was trying to shoot them with the shotgun, and how did they get away? I forgot.
Oh, she pushed the
shelf on him. Yeah, he tried to shoot him, and then she pushed the shelf on him and ran out. And then, just magically happened. The police finally show up after they just get away.
Right. All right. So on to the next scene. We see Sam and Tara getting investigated by Detective Wayne down at the station, saying your ID was found here. Like, where was y'all at when these kids was killed? And they both had alibis. Sam, she said she went to therapy. And then she went looking for Tara at a party, and Tara said she was with people the whole day. So that really freaked them up.
And then he pulled up that video of her, which wasn't a good look.
Wasn't a good look, like I said.
But she said, she was like, I was always around people, so you can't say I did the shit.
In fact, so man. And then we introduced to an old character,
Kirby. And I wanted to talk about this because I was so happy to see her again. Hayden Panettiere. If nobody know, this is her first acting role in 5 years. She pretty much retired after her TV show Nashville ended. And Hayden Panettiere bringing her back for this was so smart because she got such a huge and loyal fan base.
Right. And I think it was a smart move because I ain't gonna say like people got tired of bringing Sydney back, but it would have kind of got played out because what could she have done that she didn't do in previous movies? It's good bringing back that old and Sydney. She's literally like the main character of she's the foundation.
This is Sydney. Well, I ain't gonna say this is Sydney's story now because it's not anymore.
Not no more.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
But it's good to bring a new old character back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she FBI. That shit shocked the fuck out of me. I thought she was just about to be like some random person that was obsessed with what happened in the past and she hear about the killings, but nah, like she worked with the FBI and she take a special interest in Ghostface killings because she herself was stabbed by a high school mate that she went to school with that was Ghostface. And everybody thought she was dead, but if you think about it, in Scream 4, when she was stabbed, I think she was stabbed like 2 or 3 times in the stomach. They never actually showed her dying. It just showed dude walking off and her bleeding. So yeah, she could have got away. Well, not got away, but like got help.
Yeah, I mean, in the movie, she said she died for 4 minutes or something like that. And they came back to life. But which is good. Like what I like about her character, it really shows you that like she took her past trauma and turned it to like a career, and now she got a purpose now. So I really like that.
All right, so when they leave the police station, that's when we reintroduce the Gail again.
Gail Weathers.
And this is one of my favorite scenes because she, like typical Gail, she come up to him trying to ask him a question, put the mic in their face, whatever. And Sam and Tara mad at her because she published a book about what happened to them, and she promised them she wouldn't. But it's Gail Weathers. Come on now. She wrote every book about every murder she'd been involved with. So you knew she was going to cash in on that. But what was funny about it, Sam took a swing on her, which is a nod to the first Scream movie when Gail got punched by Sydney. But Sam missed. And like, so that made you think like, oh, this is different now. So they not just playing on nostalgia. But then out of nowhere, Tara come in and give us a right hook from hell, like slumped her shit.
That shit was so funny. It came out of nowhere.
Bro, I wasn't expecting no. I'm like, damn.
Neither.
I'm like, go ahead, Tara, man. But I think, bringing Gail back was smart too. I would have been sad if she wasn't in this movie because I feel like every Scream movie need Gail Weathers. It can't be a Scream movie without Gail Weathers.
Has she been in every Scream movie?
Every Scream movie. This movie, I'm telling you, it was literally twist after twist after twist because one of the next kills was Dr. Stone, who didn't have much screen time, but they took his ass out and they took Sam's files.
Like right then and there, I just knew the detective had something to do with it. Detective Wayne had something to do with it. Like, there.
Yeah, we ain't giving away now, but yeah, that was one of my guesses in the beginning because I'm like, why does a random pedestrian need Tara's files? Like, who got that much access to the point they know she go see a therapist and they need her files? But if you think back, she told him in the interrogation room, I went to see a therapist that night.
Exactly. So that's what made me think, oh yeah, he gotta be one of them. Bro, or like, somebody in that station gotta be.
And in the beginning of the movie, I was so fucking sure it was him. And then they was throwing so many twists at us, man. I made me second guess myself.
Right.
Yeah. But like after that kill, then we get to the group where they basically did the same thing they did in all the Scream movies where the one movie expert break down what the fuck is going on with the killer. Bro, I love these scenes, man. I love it because it's so meta and it work.
And they throw it right in your face. Like,
and you still won't guess it. Right, you still won't guess it.
Cause like you get the overthinking. It's like, all right, damn, or he could be out to revenge, or who is this person? Like, I don't know. That was a good scene.
They definitely play with your brain a little bit because like they tell you they fucking plan and you still can't figure it out.
Exactly. So they teasing you like a motherfucker.
Man, yeah, that should be hilarious. I love Mindy, man. That's one of my favorite characters. Mindy is my favorite character.
Yeah. She was nice.
Because I don't know. I feel like that would be me. I'm the movie expert. I'm like, hey, so this is how a fucking horror movie work. like listen up and follow the rules. That I feel like I would be that character.
No, she broke it down to a T, like to a fucking T.
Think about it, she's never been wrong.
Not at all. She was right about the new friends, the roommate, the old friends.
Oh yeah, like, we go get to that, man. But yeah, like in that little group, she pointed out, she was like, she was like the roommate, first suspect. How did you meet?
Exactly.
I found a random ad online. Strike number one.
The ad was public. Or she even pointed out her own girlfriend. Like, you can't trust the love interest. And we all knew that from the last time.
And then she pointed out Ethan.
Ethan, which one was that?
The white boy.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about him? Can we talk about him? So yeah, Ethan, that's Jack Champion from Avatar: The Way of Water. It took me a minute to point that out because I'm like, damn, he looks so fucking old. But then I gotta remember, Avatar: The Way of Water was filmed in 2017, so that was over 6 years ago.
Bro, I didn't realize that was him until you pointed it out. Not even gonna lie, did not realize that was him.
He looked different without the dreads, but I'm like, yo, that's Spider.
No, he looked different in general. Cause like when you said it, I'm looking, I was like, damn, he just looked much older now.
I think in Avatar, he was like 13.
Damn, so that make him what, he like 19 now?
He like 19, 20, yeah.
Damn, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, like when she pointed it out, she was like, yeah, don't trust him either. What the fuck?
I mean, she was right. Like he new to the group. Like,
yeah. Yeah, next we get to the dinner scene, and that's where we see Chad, Mindy, Tara, and Sam. They all talking about like, what the fuck we gonna do? Like, should we get out of here? Whatever. And what like one of the funny parts about that was because I see what they doing. They're establishing a core cast for this newer generation of Scream movies, and they even gave them a fucking name, the Core Four. Like, what the fuck? I get what they trying to do. Because if you think about it, the core cast for the other Scream movies was Sidney, Dewey, and Gail. And pretty much everybody else is pretty much dead every movie.
Facts. So, hey.
Yeah, so like I get what they're doing, and it's smart because it gives them longevity with this franchise now that they can make more movies.
And they just build off.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm shocked they got black characters as the main cast. That shit shocked me.
Diversity.
Bro, I think this is the first time in horror movie history.
I mean,
I don't count Halloween 5. Fuck that movie.
Hey.
Not Halloween 5. What was that? Halloween Resurrection.
Resurrection with Busta Rhymes.
Bro, fuck that movie. That shit was doodle juice.
I mean, you had LL Cool J and H2O.
Oh yeah, he did live. Bro, that movie was doodle juice too. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, that was I enjoyed it.
But
anyway, we not gonna get into that. But all right. Next we see this is when
Quinn.
Gail's Sam's boyfriend or the guy she's hooking up with across the hall, he's looking through the window and he see Ghostface in the bedroom right behind Quinn while Quinn is on the phone facing this way. Ghostface is right behind her. So he lift his window up trying to get her attention, but he can't hear. And then next thing you know, they're all at the table. And then they get a picture airdrop to them. Just a picture.
Yeah, picture Ghostface choking Quinn like with a knife like this or whatever.
So next thing you know, they all gather up, have to run out the door, run upstairs, about to go check on her. Then they hear the banging on the door.
That motherfucker kicked the door down. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, walk us through that next scene. Like, break it down. Like,
so yeah, when he kicked the door down, man, he instantly get the slicing and dicing. He get Mandy in the arm, and then Anika, like, she trying to save the fucking day. Oh my god, he took a knife and took that shit up her entire abdomen. Like, that shit was disgusting.
Like, people, like, look at all the intestines and organs he's hitting right there. It's like, I'm surprised she didn't bleed out right then and there.
Right. And then what was crazy? Somebody took all the fucking knives.
Like that, yeah, that was so suspicious. Like, who had access to all their knives?
At that point, you knew it was somebody within that friend group.
Right. But hey, they still made use. She grabbed the knife bin
and hit his ass, and then they all ran into that room and they put the dresser in front of and then the boyfriend put the ladder over the ladder over the buildings to the next window.
Right. So it was Chad and Tara. They ran downstairs. And Sam, Anika, and Quinn, they all together.
Quinn is dead.
No, damn, not Quinn.
Sam, Anika, and Mindy.
Mindy.
Yeah. So they was the only ones trying to get out. Tara, you're right. Tara and Chad got out. I forgot to say that shit. But they was locked out because she forgot her key.
Then the ladder scene. Oh my god,
that one of the best scenes in that whole movie. That suspense that was crazy
for real.
It's so, like damn, you didn't. I thought Mindy was done.
Yeah, for real. Like being on a ladder is scary as hell. But 3-4 stories high.
Bro, it was like they was higher than that.
Yeah, these New
York apartments. I'm about to say they was in New York. They was up like 10 floors at least.
Yeah. So, first to go across was Sam.
Yeah,
she made it across. She was stumbling a little bit, but she
didn't want to at first either.
No, not at all.
She told Mindy and Nika to go first.
Then next, Mindy went up, and she get like sliced in her arm or stabbed in her arm?
She got sliced in her arm.
Okay, that's not as bad. She got sliced in her arm. Then last to go was Anika.
Yeah,
like she made it out the window onto the ladder.
And he bust down that door.
Yeah, like and oh man, that death was gruesome. Bro, oh my god,
bro, she hit her fucking face on the garbage can. I was like, ouch, that shit gave me a headache.
It did. And then
she had an eye. She had an eye.
Yeah, all right here. And then, the makeup was on point. It's
bro,
like
they might win an award for this shit, bro. Because the makeup, ooh.
All right, but what do you think of that scene overall? Like,
oh my man, I think that's what Scream is all about, man. They bring you the suspense, and now that they got the violence to back that up, because I feel like a lot of the other movies wasn't as violent as these newer ones are. That it takes it to a whole nother level and gives you that horror feel because shit can get real quick.
Real. They really showed us like Ghostface is actually a menace in this movie. He's dangerous. He's strong. He's faster. Yeah, he's a real killer. Like he's not like the corny Ghostface, missing stabs, getting beat up a lot. Nah, I fucked with this one.
And so the aftermath of that, man, Detective Bailey got took off the case after his daughter died. And he basically tells Sarah and Tam, like, I'm not gonna stop looking for this motherfucker. Like, you fuck with my family, you gotta die.
Mm-hmm. But you know who wasn't around?
Ethan.
Chad's roommate, Ethan.
Bro,
Right.
and Chad called that shit out instantly because out of the blue, the nigga just popped up. Oh, I was in econ. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
You can ask 100 other students. Like, I wasn't. He had an alibi, but
nah. Chad grabbed his ass up. He got scared, bro. He like, what the fuck were you? Hey, shout out to Chad, man. People don't know that's
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, bro. That shit shocked me. When I first looked that up, I'm like, damn, I low key see it now.
I didn't see it till you said something. I'm like, damn, he kind of do look like Radio.
Yeah. So Gail took them to this location where I guess she found it, and Kirby, she took everybody. It's basically a museum for all the Ghostface murders.
And it had all the original knives, the original props. It had all that from the previous movies.
It had Randy's t-shirt from the video store in the first movie. They had Billy's t-shirt that he got stabbed in.
They had the TV from Scream 4.
Bro, yeah, that crushed Schumacher face. I'm like, what the hell? They attention to detail is like on point for this movie. Another thing that stood out to me, Sam walked up to the costume that her dad wore, saw the knife in there, and like put a hand up, like basically looking into the eyes of a killer. And her dad like popped up and like a little, what's that? Yeah,
a little reflection. Yeah.
So it was good that they were still keeping that thing going because I think bringing Billy back was, man, so fucking good for this movie.
Is that the original?
Original killer. Original killer.
Wow.
Yep. Damn. That's what I'm saying. It just gave it that nostalgia. I'm like, man, I like this.
Yeah, I fucked with it. But yeah, you can really see Sam. She still got them demons in her.
Mm-hmm. I think what her dad represents was her darker side, and whenever he popped up, that was when her darker side came out. Because I think it was sort of a bit of an intuition or a conscience. Like, hey, I know you want to be a good person, but this situation ain't right. And he was telling her that. He was like, don't trust anybody. Next, the group tried to set up a sting operation for Ghostface at the park, but Ghostface ended up calling Sam, and he told her that y'all thought y'all was about to get me. I'm smarter than that. And he ended up telling them that I'm about to kill Gail. So they took the cop car and they rushed to Gail house, and then that's when we cut to Gail crib. She got a black boyfriend. I was like, damn, go crazy, Gail. But yeah, and Gail ended up getting a call from the killer, and I ain't gonna lie, she was doing her thing, man, because she wasn't taking no shit. She's like, I'm not new to this, bro. You don't scare me.
So in that scene, I kind of like pieced together, like, all right, it got to be at least two killers again, because there's always two killers, except for one movie. So it got to be two killers.
Nah, when she was on that phone and he took the boyfriend, I'm like, that was a quiet ass kill. I feel like I would have went out louder than that. Like, fuck this, I'm screaming. But I guess knife in the neck could keep you quiet.
That's some Hitman shit right there. Like,
man, he was. And then when she hung up the phone, and he threw that dude through a wall. I'm like, God damn, man.
Like, damn, this dude strong as hell. Like, you can tell Ghostface, man, they really got a juggernaut for Ghostface.
Games, this shit was crazy, man. But Gail, she wasn't going, man. She wasn't going. She took a stab in the shoulder and still was fighting back. Like, she's running around that little penthouse.
She took a stab in I think the thigh too.
Yeah. So when she put him through the table, she tried to go and grab his knife, and as she went in for the stab, he grabbed a piece of glass and stabbed her in the stomach. And then that's when Tara and Sam came in and saved her life because he was about to finish the kill.
Facts. But yeah, it never showed her dying.
Yeah, but she did say one line, and I think this is like a little play on to the next movie, because she said, "Tell Cindy he didn't get me." Why would they put that in there?
That part did go over my head a little bit. But I ain't gonna lie, I thought she was gonna die because Dewey died in a previous movie.
Nah, I think we still got more story. I think Gail is gonna have like sort of a redemption arc. Okay. Because like you saw it in the movie. They said that Well, I think the killer was telling her like, how does it feel knowing you wasn't there for the only person that loved you, that you couldn't save him, that you couldn't help him, like they was
He
exposing
was
her
going,
pain.
yeah, he was going for emotional damage right there.
Yeah, so I
And
think,
he was good. Like
bro,
he good with his word choices.
I feel like next movie we gonna have like a killer Gale, man. I feel like she gonna be the one on the hunt. Yeah, so then they get a call from Kirby, and Kirby came up with this idea to set a trap in the little museum place where
Mm-hmm.
they found all the little Ghostface stuff, set a trap for him and keep him locked in there and kill him. So
Right.
on the way there, they go to a subway so they can be in a public place so they can be safe. And that was another suspenseful scene too, because they ended up getting separated. Ethan and what's her name, Mindy. They ended up
Yeah.
getting separated from the rest of the bunch. And that whole time on the train ride, like Mindy was just looking Ethan in the eyes, like, "Yeah, you, I'm watching your ass."
Yeah, right. Keep your distance. That's basically what he's saying. And Ethan, he was playing it cool. He was like, keep your distance, but I'm gonna try to keep an eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he was trying to do. So
Yeah. And yeah,
like,
then like when the power kept going on and off, and she saw like it was a bunch of ghost face masks on the train already, so that gave you an illusion, so you didn't know who it was. But then you saw the dude sitting next down to her, and she just kept looking at him, and he wasn't like looking up or anything. So like she ended up going to the back of the bus, which is I'm not the back of the bus, the back of the train, which is something you don't do.
right. With her back against the wall. Well, I guess like that makes sense.
Yeah, so
So
you
she
can't.
like nothing's behind you, like only in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he was sitting right there, and then Ethan lost sight of her.
Yeah, because the lights kept going out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bro, if that's real, go ahead.
I yes and no.
Like, bro,
I've been on the train like where we go into tunnels and it get dark and shit. So I'm guessing that was the case.
nah,
But
uh,
yeah, like when it kept going out on and off, like you just see him getting closer and closer and closer, and out of nowhere he just stab her ass. Your cat back there. Yeah, let the world know you got two kitty cats, nigga.
Hey, I got two of them. But yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, he stabbed her ass, and I thought that was it for Mindy. But then again, like it wasn't a kill stab. I feel like that just sat her down.
Right,
But then,
bro.
like,
The thing that bothered me about that fucking stab, bro, nobody saw it. Like he literally stabbed her, walked her, like dragged her down. I understand he had her hand over her mouth. Nobody saw the shit. Like you're in public.
I
dude.
mean, he kind of like stabbed her and walked right off the train, like nothing happened. And then that's when motherfuckers saw her sitting down.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
it played off cool, man, because you gotta think a stab is not loud. So
Yeah,
it's the scream that would get people attention. If it was a gun, come on now, everybody moving, like everybody running. But a stab, you can't hear that shit. You only can hear the reaction.
But man, you around 100 people. I
Yeah,
know
you're right. Yeah, I get it.
But that's when Ethan found her. He get off the train, call for medical attention.
Yeah. So like, and then that threw you a little curveball because it's like, oh damn, so it's not Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
Like who the fuck? Like who the fuck could it be? Like I was right there like that.
So like I honestly I scratched Ethan off my list. Like, all right, he is the ignorant person. He ignorant to the whole situation.
He's just a dumb virgin in the movie. Every scary movie got one of those. But yeah, so they get to the theater, and I think this is where the third act kicked in, because Sam sees a vision of her pops, and he remind her like to trust nobody and grab the fucking knife because this situation ain't right. Like trust your gut feeling. This situation ain't right.
That's exactly what he said. Like he basically said, like, use your fucking head, dumbass.
Yeah,
like
grab the knife.
Obviously setting you up. Like,
yeah, and then like right after that, she get a call from Detective Bailey saying that hey, Kirby, she hasn't been with the FBI for 10 months. They fired her. Said she went crazy going looking for these Ghostface killings, or like idolizing over these Ghostface killings or whatever. And she's off the rails. So that threw a curveball and makes you think like, oh damn, it's Kirby, and she the one that trapped them in her. Now they can't get out because it was only one way out. Remember they said that?
yeah, like if you go in, you ain't getting out. But then you see Chad, Tara, they having a little romance scene or whatever, and then Ghostface come up. Just one Ghostface come up, and Chad actually fighting back.
Bro, he was going crazy. I'm like,
wa-
okay, Chad, let's get it there. Let's get this shit busting.
For all three of their should have stumped, in my opinion.
Man.
But he actually protected them,
Right.
and then they keep running, and then he said, "Fuck it, y'all go. I for to beat his ass." And then another Ghostface pop up.
That shit shocked the fuck out of me. I'm like, damn, there's multiple of their ass.
I mean, two of them per usual. Well, all right, this makes sense.
But they never wear a costume at the same time, and they always like rotated who wore the costume. One person would be like one person would, you feel me, playing a role like, hey, I'm not the suspect, and one person would be the killer.
But and then you see, bro, they stabbed his ass like 50 times. They tore his torso up, like,
bro,
man,
bro, that shit was bad. I'm like, damn. I'm like, RP Chad, man.
So next you see Sam and Tara running out, and then they run into Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby beat the fuck up. She's like, they knocked me out. They whatever, this and that. And then that's when everything come full circle because Detective Bailey come in there and basically like, hey, don't trust Kirby. Don't trust Kirby. Point his gun at her. And then that's when a Ghostface walk up behind him. And as you think he about to die, the motherfucker put his arm on his shoulder.
Right. And Detective Wayne shoot Kirby like 3-4 times.
And that's when everything came full circle. And you knew Detective Bailey was really Richie Kirsch's dad. And the other two killers were Quinn, who we thought was dead, has now come back to life, and Ethan. And those are Richie's brother and sister. So this is a whole family thing to get back at Sam.
For killing him.
But what he said, I wasn't even mad that you killed Richie until I saw how you did it. And that's when I knew you was a killer. And that's when I knew you had to be stopped. Because she stabbed him 22 times and slit his throat. Like, you don't, and he was like, you don't do something like that. That's a killer.
That is some homicidal shit right there. Like one bullet to the head would have been enough. Like, that shit was personal. But so later on in that scene, you see Tara and Sam trying to get away from them, essentially. And they kind of do. You see them climb up the ladder.
Yeah, but Tara caught a stab to the back of the shoulder.
But all right, so Tara, as Tara clamber over the balcony, Detective Wayne let off a shot, and she slipped, and she holding on to Sam Carter. So now it's like you really see it was more of like a kind of like a metaphor, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
it was a tie back into the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, like Tara wanted Sam to let go because she can handle herself. Do you see Tara handle the knife, and Tara stabbed Sam in the mouth? Like,
no, she stabbed Ethan in the mouth.
Yeah, she stabbed Ethan in the mouth. Yeah,
bro. Like, but she caught a stab on her way down.
Yeah,
bro. What was even nastier? She twisted that motherfucker. I was, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then next, Sam, she blow Ethan. Sam blow Quinn. Yeah, right in the forehead, bullseye. Bam.
And then, bro, and what I like about that, because it gave us a transition to the next scene, because as soon as she fell, that's when it revealed her father right behind her. And she was like, you down 3 kids? Damn, she cold.
Yeah, for real, like, damn.
She was like, you down 3 kids? Damn, this, like, she really just said that. Yeah, that's when they get the tussling, and then they fall over the balcony.
And then next, Detective get a phone call.
Yeah, because he passed out, and then when he woke back up, that's when he got the phone call.
Exactly, and we all knew it was Sarah. And then he went to Sam.
Oh, you been calling her Sarah this whole episode.
So, like, who is Sarah?
Do you know Sarah? Do you know Sarah? Who is Sarah?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But Sarah, like,
Sam.
Yeah. All right. So Detective go behind the curtains and he see Billy Loomis' costume is missing, which is Sam's dad.
And
he like,
on the phone. Yeah, she's on the phone with him. And on the phone the whole time, he's like, I see you finally put it on. Like, isn't this what you wanted?
And then next thing you know, she come behind him, bro. She lit that man up. It's like, bro, what is wrong with her, bro? There's something wrong with her.
That's what I'm saying. I think she beat the record for the last movie. I think she doubled through the amount of stabs on the pops. But like,
exactly
before she finished them off, she saw the sister walk in, and then she was like, she stopped. She's like, I'm not my father. I'm better than him. And then she looked at the sister one last time, like, but you did fuck with my family. Boom, stab in the eye. I'm like, talk about an eye for an eye, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. And then you see Sam's boyfriend come in with the police.
Yeah, when Danny came at the police, I'm like, damn, so he actually is a good guy because I don't know. You always gotta look at the love interest. So I think they was dangling that in front of us the whole movie, like the love interest, don't trust him, don't trust him. When in actuality, for the first time, the love interest was actually a good person.
Right. And it was confusing because it's like how like aggressive, big and strong Ghostface was. Danny kind of fitted that. He kind of fitted him. Like
and he just gave you a dark demeanor. And when Sarah, you got me calling her Sarah. And then when Sam was about to let him into the theater the first time when they wanted to trap Ghostface, she was like, "No, stay outside. Like you said, don't trust anyone. I don't know you. I can't trust you."
Facts. Damn, I like that.
Man, I did too. But, so yeah, to close all things up, man, we got everybody. You got everybody in the ambulance. And then out of nowhere, the motherfucker Chad just get pushed out on a fucking stretcher. Like the nigga's still alive. And she was like, "How are you still alive?" And he pointed up bro. If you think about it, I think that was the writers and the director's choice because they was being funny. She was like, when she was like, "How are you still alive?" He put that up. We the core four, meaning we're gonna be in another movie. That's why I'm still alive.
That is a good connection right there. That is a good connection right there. I didn't realize. But I ain't gonna lie, watching this movie made me think like I could take a fucking stab. Cause the way everybody was getting stabbed in the fucking gut and the ribs and shit, and then getting up running like nothing happened. Like it made no fucking sense.
It all depends on where you get stabbed. All right, but what would you rate this out of 10?
I give it 7.5 out of 10.
What? I think you gave Halloween Kills like a 7 or a 6.
Yeah. What? This is better than
Halloween. Not Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends. Yeah. This is better than Halloween.
I gave it an 8.5.
8.5.
8.5 because I think this is the second best Scream movie.
That's not ridiculous to say. I'm not gonna lie.
We can say the rankings for another video, but yeah, I got this high up on my Scream list. So yeah, well, I fuck around and get this a 9 to be honest, because it was that good to me. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for us today, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Infamous Ghost Podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at Infamous Ghost Pod.
And you can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Infamous Goats. Until then, we see y'all next week.
Peace.